Okay, hello, good day. Welcome to another tutorial with me, Edward Lazarus. Now, today I'll be showing you how to configure Windows deployment services on Server 2008. First thing first, we need to open our Server Manager. Then we're going to click Roles, Add Roles. And this is the default page. You're going to click Next. Then you're going to come down to Windows Deployment Services. You're going to check that, and then you're going to click Next as well. Okay, this is a little brief page that gives you a little introduction about it. You can read it if you want, but you click Next. You're going to see the deployment server is selected, as well as transport server. They will automatically be selected. Okay, so you just make sure that is selected. You want to click Next. The server might need to be restarted after installation completes. Alright, let's make sure that. And click Install. Now, while this is loading, it will take a little while, so I'll pause the video for here and I'll get back as soon as it is done. Okay. Alright, as you can see, installation was successful. Click Close. Exit here. Alright. Now, for good measure, I'm going to restart the system. So we're going to click Shutdown, Restart, comment the reason, installing Windows Deployment Services. So what you're going to do, you're going to click Start, Administrative Tools, go down to Windows Deployment Services. Okay. Let me just close off my Server Manager here. That comes up automatically on logon. Okay, so Windows Deployment Services. Just to give you the overview of what Windows Deployment Services is. So what you're going to do is, I'm going to click Server. This is my server here. Now, unfortunately, this is the first time I'm setting it up. I haven't configured my server to deploy any OS as yet. So what I have to do is right click on it and click Configure Server. Now these are the requirements that you must need to have. A computer is a member of the Active Directory domain, Active DHCP, check, an active DNS server, check, and then here partition and Windows deployment for storing images. Click Next. Now, remote installation folder. Okay, as it says here, remote installation folder structure will contain operating system images to be deployed from the server. Browse folder for Windows deployment services. Okay, I'm going to click Next. Yes, this will bring up this morning, but all I have is a partition of 25 gigs. This is a virtual machine, so yes. Now, since the DHCP is active, you do not listen to port 67. Okay, as well as you configure DHCP. For option 60, click Next. You're going to respond to all clients on the network, and even for the unknown clients, they will be notified. They will notify the administrator. Click Finish. Okay, this is loading. Okay, as we can see, Server Edward here. This is server has been configured. But what I need to do is I need to add and install images as well as boot images. Okay, so first with the install images, and you click on the open window, you're going to right click, add install image. You can rename the group if you want. I'm going to leave it as is. You're going to click Next. Now select a Windows image that contains the images to add, the image or images to add. You're going to click Browse. Now as you can see, this already opens up for me because I have a Server 2008 disk within my VM. But I want to show you how it's going to look for you for the first time. Okay, so I'm gonna come out of here. Okay, I'm gonna go to my desktop. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna open my computer for short. And we'll start from here. Okay, I'm gonna open the disk here, go in sources, and install.wim. This is the install image here. I click next. Now as you can see, we have a few choices from here to choose. Okay, now the server that I want to deploy would be Server Enterprise Core. I'm going to deselect everything else and leave Server Enterprise Core. I'm going to click next. Okay, click next again. And it's going to add the install image to the deployment services. This might take a while, so I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to get back to you shortly. Alright, after completion, it says the selected image was successfully added to the server. Click finish. Now we need to add a boot image. I'm going to right click again, add a boot image. It's going to go back to the same file. You need to browse for the boot image file. Click browse. Again, it will automatically open up where you last searched. So we're going to click boot.wim, open, next. Okay, image name, image description, basic information. I'm going to click next again, and it will add the boot image. As you can see, it is currently adding the image and it is moving rather fast, so there is no need for me to pause the video here. Alright, the selected image was successfully added to the server. Okay, you're going to click finish. Alright, and that is it. You have successfully installed Windows Deployment Services as well as correctly configured it to, well, configure the deployment services. Thank you for watching.